As someone who's had the privilege of being a professional wrestler for a little while now, the question I get asked more than anything in the world is, how do I become a wrestler? Wrestling's funny, man. It can be easily accessible, but at the same time, it's pretty highly gatekept, which, to be fair, is completely warranted and necessary. If I had just walked up to a promoter and said, hey, I want to be on your show, it doesn't matter. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't matter if you have 1 million subscribers or followers or whatever. That's just not how it works. There very much is a process. And to me, someone who is a bit of a more old school wrestling fan, that process is important and I think should be respected. So while you might be hesitant to take wrestling advice from a YouTube video with a guy holding a little, whatever the hell his microphone is, I can almost guarantee you that any wrestler would tell you the same things that I'm about to. With that said, I want to share my perspective on that process, what you should be prioritizing, focusing on if you want to become a wrestler, like diet, fitness, etc. And at the end, I'm also going to throw in things that you should absolutely never do, ever. So here we go. Step number 1, find a reputable wrestling school. Right off the bat, this one's going to put a lot of people at a disadvantage because some people live in the middle of nowhere. Some people don't have a car or the money for it, etc. But unfortunately, in this year of our Lord Regal 2026, this is a non-negotiable. If you want to be taken seriously in wrestling, or even just get to the point where you see if you can even do it, you've got to get professionally trained. And you know what's funny? Full transparency, when I first started training, I thought like, man, I know so much about wrestling. Give me 2 weeks and I'll be ready to go. I was not ready to work in 2 weeks. Now, I was very fortunate that my first real training came from 2 people who have been to where most people aspire to be. My first 2 coaches, for anyone that doesn't know, were Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze down at Flatbacks Wrestling School in Orlando, Florida. I do not live in Orlando, Florida. So I basically temporarily relocated to Florida for almost 2 months so that I could, finish that entire course. Now, while you do not need to be trained by a former or current WWE star, at the same time, those kinds of places kind of have a little more insight into the TV side of wrestling. So among places like that in the United States include, obviously, Flatbacks in Orlando, Florida with Breeze and Spears, the Nightmare Factory in Georgia, which is run by Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. Seth Rollins has a school in Iowa, Black and Brave. Booker T runs Reality Wrestling in Texas. Rikishi has a school in LA, and nowadays I train at the Harley Race Academy in Missouri. So now the next question becomes, are you in shape for professional wrestling training? I'm gonna answer for you, probably not. I've been in classes with football players, at track and field, sprinters, lifetime athletes. Everybody gets blown up. Everybody struggles a little bit at the beginning. However, you cannot let that deter you from the journey. It's going to be hard at first. There's going to be way less people in the day 30 class than there were in the day 1 class. Some people just don't want to push themselves to that extent. Some people, through the process might realize, oh shit, this is not for me. And guess what? That's okay too. But a lot of times it's the mental hurdle that becomes the big blockage for people. So if you can push past that, you have a shot. As important as training is, that is not the only thing that you should be doing. You also need to be weight training and taking care of yourself on your own time. You are responsible for another person's safety, so it's very important for you to continue to work to get stronger. Me, I've been skinny my whole life. My family is skinny. I don't think anybody on my mom's side is like over 160 pounds. When I started wrestling, I knew I had a pretty uphill battle in front of me. And it's one I continue to work at every single day to this day and beyond. Bulk season, baby. Let's go. So for me, it's eat like crazy, train like crazy. For some people, it might be calorie deficit, train like crazy. It's going to be different for everybody. Believe it or not, the food part for me has always been harder than the training part. And that is the truth. I've mentioned this many times before, but I despise cooking. Like, not only do I suck at it, I also just don't like doing it. Do I not like it because I suck at it, or do I suck at it because I don't like it? We may never know, but it is the reason I partnered up with Cook Unity, because the option to have quality meals prepared by award-winning chefs delivered fresh to my doorstep sounded pretty good. Full transparency, I saw this company last year, and the concept of having restaurants and chefs from restaurants actually make the meals and deliver them to you, that's what sold me on this. Very often, food that comes to you in a box tastes like food that came to you in a box. That is not the case with Cook Unity. One of the first meals I tried was this creamy Marry Me chicken from Chef Arthi Sampath, and right away, I was insanely impressed with the quality and the taste. 2 to 3 minutes in the microwave or even in the oven. It's portioned really nice within the container. I typically eat these straight from the box, so there's nothing to clean up afterwards, but it does look pretty good plated. This was the grilled skirt steak from BK Prime, another absolute banger. Had to do a little dance. I'm also like super picky when it comes to what I eat, so the fact that they have hundreds of different dishes that you can choose from makes it insanely convenient. Everything is prepared by literal award-winning chefs. Like, this is just gonna save me a ton of time. I couldn't make this. I maybe could, but it would not look anything like this. I mostly focus on the high protein meals, which there are a ton of, but every meal has the exact macros clearly displayed on it. So if you're cutting or bulking or want to go low carb, pretty much whatever your personal health and fitness goals are, Cook Unity is going to have what you're looking for. So if you do want to level up your eating habits this year, go to the link in the description and get 50% off your first Cook Unity order. Get those chef-made meals delivered to your door, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. So you're working out, you're eating better, you're training at a reputable school. So now the next question is, when can I actually wrestle? In my opinion, that decision lies majorly in the hands of your trainer. So if you have a reputable coach who's not trying to steal your money, which again points to the importance of having a reputable trainer in the first place, they got you covered. So a lot of training schools will host small wrestling events for like family and friends to come and check out as an opportunity to kind of get you reps before you actually go out and work for other companies. I highly recommend getting as many reps in as you can during this time before you're actually sent out onto the independents. That way you actually have something to show a promoter when you're trying to get booked. So now you got a good baseline of some things that you should prioritize, but how about some things that you should absolutely never do? For example, don't ever lie to anyone in this business about your experience. If you tell a promoter you've been training for 5 years and you can't even run the ropes, that doesn't just make you look like shit. It's going to make the show that you're on look like shit. Never, ever, ever bring your ego into the ring. As I said before, you are responsible for another person's safety as they are responsible for yours. Take that seriously. If you're on day 9,000 of training and you're locking up with somebody on day 1, you are both there to get better. Keep your ego out of it. Protect each other is what I'm trying to say. Hit that motherfucker, but protect them. And for my last, never let anybody stop you from trying. Again, it's very possible you could get through a 2-month, 3-month training circuit and still not be ready. It could be years before you do an actual real match, and that's something that you need to be prepared for. Fortunately, most people start wrestling in like their teens or early 20s, not in their mid 30s like some other idiots I know. So it might take time. It might not work out, but don't let your size, age, race, background, whatever be the reason that you don't try. Because if you really want to do it and you don't at the very least give it a try, you're gonna regret it later. Don't be that person. Honestly, I could make this like an hour-long video because there's so much stuff that goes into getting booked and being on shows, figuring out who you are. It's a never-ending list. This is more of a baseline of like where to start, how to start, what to expect, etc. So if you do want to hear me talk a little more about the deeper stuff, the more advanced stuff, then let me know down below. Good luck on your wrestling journey. I will be rooting for you. Unless you're across the ring from me. Then I'm gonna whoop your ass. Peace!